There's a steel train coming through. I would take it if I could, and I would not lie to you, because Sunday morning soon will come when things would be much easier to say upon the microphone like a boss DJ.
A popular theory on the genesis of the word ska comes from legendary Jamaican guitarist and composer Ernest Ranglin, who stated that it actually referred to scat, the loose pronunciation of a scratching sound he made while strumming his guitar during recording sessions. Originating from Jamaica during the late 1950s, ska music combined elements of Caribbean mento and calypso with American R&B and jazz. The unique combination of sounds and styles was in part a product of World War II. As the international conflict came to an end, Jamaicans were suddenly buying radios at a much faster clip. As a result, they became more exposed to American rhythm and blues recordings such as Fats Domino's Be My Guest. These new melodies spread across the land through Jamaican sound systems, and eventually, producers began to record their own versions with local artists. Ska music has since traveled from Jamaica to the UK and the United States of America and undergone several transformations along the way. Its union with punk rock produced faster tempos, edgier riffs, and a focus on working class issues that struck a chord with many people. One of the bands to come out of this new era was Southern California's Sublime. Their story is equal parts inspiring, strange, and tragic. Alongside bassist Eric Wilson and drummer Bud Gaw, frontman Brad Nowell spent 8 years in the pursuit of success and happiness within the music industry. In a cruel twist of fate, the 28-year-old singer and songwriter died of a heroin overdose on May 25, 1996, 3 months before his band's self-titled MCA debut dropped in stores. He died 3 months before Sublime finally hit it big. Nowell's death came 2 years after the loss of Kurt Cobain, who also suffered from heroin addiction and fronted a band that was named after a level of religious enlightenment. Both Nirvana and Sublime left behind a legacy of dark, poetic, and influential songs that are still appreciated by many to this day. Now, I won't argue that Nowell was as much of a genius as Cobain, but Sublime's greatness has always been unfairly limited to their biggest hit. 1996 is What I Got.
Early in the morning, rising to the street, light me up that cigarette, I'll strap shoes on my feet.
Inspired by the Beatles' Lady Madonna, What I Got is ranked 83rd in Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Guitar Songs of All Time. And while it's one hell of a listen, Sublime is so much more. Sublime stood out primarily because of their carefree personality and ability to harness chaos and contrast through clever musicality. Take Lou Dog, for instance, Nowell's pet Dalmatian and band mascot. The dog, which was named after Nowell's grandfather, was not only featured on album covers and in songs, but often wandered the stage during many of their concert performances. And while the Beach Blonde and bare-bellied frontman came off like the typical SoCal party animal, his flexible and evocative vocals gave the impression of something much deeper. Some consider Sublime to be completely unoriginal and one of music's biggest examples of cultural appropriation, but the trio undoubtedly stands as a remarkable creation, effectively combining ska, punk rock, reggae, funk, heavy metal, and hip-hop. Nowell was a master at turning his life experiences into art and then bombarding it with the music that he genuinely loved. Sublime's 3 studio albums contain a lifetime of influences that include but are not limited to Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, NWA, and the Grateful Dead. The journey from 1992's 40 Ounces to Freedom to 1996's Sublime was increasingly chaotic. As the band's star began to rise, the college-educated frontman became more dependent on heroin. The music was always there, though. Nowell's ability to fuse darkly clever songwriting with catchy melodies proved to be the true genius of Sublime. The band burst onto the scene with Date Rape, an upbeat song about a rapist who gets punished by more than just the law. On the Toots and Maytal-inspired 54-46 Ball and Chain, Nowell croons,
People listen up, don't stand too close. I've got something that you all should know. Holy,
On 1994's Robin the Hood, Noel went so far as to predict his own untimely demise. On the song Pool Shark, he confessed, "I want more and more, one day I'm gonna lose the war." Considering that something as dark as this was recorded alongside the smooth melody of Boss DJ and the aggressive chords of the Gwen Stefani featured Saw Red, one has to respect the honesty and duality of the SoCal trio. If anything epitomized Sublime's legend, it was the production of their greatest work, the self-titled MCA debut that was originally supposed to be called Killing It. During a 1997 interview with Rolling Stone, producer Paul Leary recalled, "They're the sweetest bunch of guys, but it was chaos in the studio. On good days, they show up at 9 a.m. with margaritas in one hand and instruments in the other and go to work. On bad days, they nearly burned the place down. There were times when someone had to go into the bathroom to see if Brad was still alive." Amazingly, as Noel fought a losing battle with his personal demons, Sublime managed to put out a multi-platinum success that produced 4 hit singles in What I Got, Santiera, Wrong Way, and Doing Time. Many people today look back at Sublime as a distant memory from the 90s, but the trio of musicians are much more than just a gimmick or cheap mix of genres. The genuine bond between Bradley Noel and the music he blended together was as clear as a summer sky in Long Beach. Like Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, and other tragic icons in music, Sublime was his only escape, something that he held on to until his last breath.